My Hero Ultra Rumble is the newest free-to-play battle royale. It is stepping into a genre dominated by giants such as Fortnite and Apex Legends. Can it hold its own? Is the anime aesthetic enough for it? The answer is a very stern kind of. Before jumping too much into the gameplay nuances, let's just kind of go over what feels really good about the game first, and that is the anime aesthetic. The game looks like the anime. They are aiming to hit on a lot of different platforms, so the game's visuals are not the greatest. Like the Fortnite skins from My Hero characters look better than the characters in the game, but they look good enough. The map that you're on, being the school training grounds, is also very iconic. It feels like what the map would feel like, and all the characters are voice acted in both Japanese and English, and they have tons of voice lines. And it's not just generic voice lines. You know, Bakugo and Deku don't both just say, hey, I'm going over there. There are some generic voice lines like that, but like Deku will say something like, oh, I'm sorry, when he finishes somebody, or this is my quirk, and then Bakugo's like, you deserve that, dumbass. Like, the characters are individualized in their voice lines. So, and I believe from what I can hear, it is the actual voice actors that acted in this. So as a whole, it is selling its My Hero Academia side very well. Like, even the kits of the characters feel very in tune with how the character plays out in the anime. So that's a very, very high note to start on for it, and helps differentiate it a lot from other battle royales. My Hero Ultra Rumble is an 8-team, 3 players on each team battle royale. Each match is usually about 15 to 20 minutes. It is more of a character-based game than a loot-based game. Like, the loot is still very important, but your character's kit does not change through what loot you're gathering. The kit just gets stronger. As you're looting in the game, the loot comes in just a few different categories. There are revive cards. The revive cards come from saving civilians, which is a pretty cool mechanic. You just break open buildings to save the civilians that are trapped in said buildings. And then there is level up cards, which you use to level up any of your skills. There are color class cards, which match up with the various color categories of each character. And if you find a color card that matches your character's color, then it will actually level up whatever skill is listed on the card. And then potions come in a wide variety. There's a potion that levels up your whole team's skills by 1. There's multiple potions that can like heal your whole team, be it health, shield, both health and shield, as well as just your general small pots and big pots. Overall, the looting is very straight to the point, very fun. You don't really have to sit there thinking, oh, is this shotgun better than that shotgun, better than that shotgun? Which scoped weapon is the best, you know? You don't feel like you're sacrificing or making compromises to make your kit strong. You're just picking up stuff and going. So as I mentioned, there are 5 different colors, 5 different character classes basically, and each one corresponds to a color. And those are the Rapid, which is blue, Assault, which is yellow, Strike is red, Support is green, and Technical is purple. The characters are lumped into these categories, but they do not feel locked into those categories. It's more of just a technicality to make the card system work. Character balance is another part of the game that feels kind of like it has mixed results. For the most part, that's positive though. Every character is pretty solid, pretty strong on their own, but the projectile characters in particular feel really strong. My Hero Ultra Rumble is a free-to-play, and as such, it has monetization schemes in it. Are those monetization schemes any good? They're okay. And the problem comes in the form of how they decide to do their banners. Anybody who hasn't played a free-to-play, a banner is basically the rotation at which you can acquire things. So for 2 weeks, every time you roll, you have a chance to get this, this, and this. And first 2 weeks, they did the skins for the villains were in the banner, and the 3 characters were Momo, Kirishima, and Ibarra, I think is her name, the Vine Girl. And then the next banner is a costume for Deku, a costume for Bakugo, and a costume for Todoroki. And then the issue comes in the form of how the game goes about doing pity. Pity is normally you roll X amount of times, and then there's a chance you get the item. Honkai Star Rail, for instance. I believe there are 90 rolls. On your 90th roll, you're guaranteed a 5-star legendary. 50-50 chance to get that character. And then if you don't nail the 50-50, the next 90 rolls, you're guaranteed your next legendary is that character, which their banners are also very aggressive. It's 14 days for a banner, which is like maybe 2 sets of 10 rolls unless you're spending money probably. The problem with the game's pity system, they want you to do 200 rolls on one banner in order to pick a character to unlock. Those points do not stick around. So Genshin Impact, the way they do their pity system is it's always present. So if you roll on a character 90 times and don't get them, and you decide I'm gonna just save up more rolls, and say it takes you 2-3 months to save up rolls, so it's gone through 2 or 3 characters and the next character comes out, you are guaranteed to get that character. Nothing resets. So every time you're rolling, you're building towards something. This game resets your 200 points to buy a character guaranteed, and you have to you're screwed. And the costumes are also not part of the pity system. So they're making it 200 rolls to get a character. You have to do those 200 rolls within 2 weeks. And it's just for the characters. I've rolled 2 characters on the last banner. I got Kirishima twice and I got Ibarra 3 times. I want freaking Momo. My points reset, so I'm at 20 for this next set. And I'm definitely not going to be getting to 200. And like, I was missing 1 costume on the last set. And I couldn't use the points to get the costume. They're only for getting the characters. It's just a very wonky gacha system. Outside of the wonky gacha system though, the free-to-play is pretty solid. Most things can be acquired pretty easily. Characters that are in the gacha will rotate once they have 4 characters in the gacha system. At least one, it sounds like, will rotate down into being for character tickets, and character tickets you get acquired via getting hero souls, and hero souls you get just for rolling and getting duplicates. I got lucky, so I have quite a lot of hero souls right now. I've gotten a lot of duplicates of characters and stuff, so I have enough to get like 3 character tickets. So as soon as Momo rotates down into a character ticket, I can get her. But that requires me to wait till she rotates down. And then you can't use the hero souls to get skins or anything, which kind of sucks. So it's like their economy is a little wonky. It is solid on a free-to-play aspect because they give you a solid handful of characters. It's like at least Deku and Uraraka, and then 2 of the villains. They give you them for free. And then from there is about six characters, I think, that you can unlock for free via just playing the game. And then there's the 3 there's 3 right now for character tickets. They will give you 1 character ticket for free, or at least they were giving 1 for free. I'm not sure about right this instance when this video gets posted. And then there's the gacha. Overall, less than half of the roster is locked behind some sort of monetization, but the characters that are on character tickets, you will get to getting them eventually. The game also has a battle pass that is very easy to level through. It does not require missions to get the experience. You just play the game and it levels. It's 50 levels. I'm like level 35 in 2 weeks. It still has like another month and a half left on the battle pass. So I'm going to max it out within the next few days. And outside of the battle pass, there's also daily, weekly, and monthly missions. These missions are just for general currencies in the game, so rolls and various other things to unlock stuff. There's some various customization stuff you can unlock, like banners, loading screens, etc. And those missions are pretty easy to get done too. Then there's also daily logins, which you just put 100 gems in there, and every day you'll get an extra 10 tickets, and that one is 100% worth the value based on their price points for how much a roll costs. Another thing, their first event is very generous on the premium currency. You just complete enough missions on the event to get the crystals, and you can get the battle pass for free. So based off of the first event in the game, it seems like they're going to be free to play friendly enough based off of the event, where the characters are at currently and everything. It's just that their gacha system is a little aggressive towards milking you for as many rolls as possible. And then The combat in the game is very, I would say melee focused, but it's more projectile focused. They want to say it's melee focused, but it's very, very projectile heavy. You're just running around shooting at each other. It gets into melee range. You're usually pretty close because shooting the projectiles from afar, it's not the easiest hits in the world to make. So it's like a mid-range type of game almost. As a whole, the gameplay feels really fun and really engaging to play. You will get frustrated though. It is explosive. You will die quickly. And you will have games where you just pop the hell off so freaking hard and you wiped the whole lobby. The biggest issue I have with overall with the looting systems actually comes in the form of when you die. I do enjoy the whole aspect of finding civilians to rescue to get these res tokens to then revive your teammates. That's a very fun mechanic. But this game is so imperative to having levels in your skills because your characters are always the same that you feel kind of bad getting revived towards the late part of the game because most of the items are taken. You're at level 1 on everything. You're doing significantly less damage than everyone else around you. You're still able to contribute. I have had some games where I'll get a team res or my team members will res me and things go fine, but it feels kind of bad. Besides that, as far as looting goes, there's like item boxes, which are big loot halls on the map. They spawn at regular intervals. The map starts with one to kind of try and push you towards choosing to spawn there. Everybody chooses a spot on the map to spawn. If you choose that spot, more often than not, you're going to run into at least one team. So usually most of the teams that I end up on, we choose to spawn elsewhere. So you choose your spot and then you get on the map and then you run around and you just loot. And if you run into teams, you either choose to fight them or you choose to ignore them. And it's pretty easy to choose to ignore them for the most part. But the second you're seen, this game, the chase sequencing is so nerve-wracking. Like, it takes so much effort to lose somebody. Most of the characters have a decent mobility skill that will let them kind of try and get away, but if it's one of those projectile guys, you're in for a tough time trying to get out. But overall, the looting's fun, the spawning in is fun, everything is pretty fun. Just again, there is mild frustration to the game. In conclusion, My Hero Ultra Rumble is a really fun and pretty addictive battle royale. You'll find yourself wanting to log in to do the daily missions, to get more roles and get more characters, just nice. So there's a few things that are vexing and a little bit annoying about the game, but they're not annoying enough to detriment the fun and like the sheer dopamine you will feel when you have a triumph moment. It's just a few slight caveats. They've already shown that they will make improvements towards the game. I've heard from the beta to the live release, they changed quite a few things, and then I've heard from, or I haven't heard, but I've experienced this most recent patch, they toned down all the projectile characters a fair bit. They toned down a lot of things that kind of suck. So they are making adjustments. They are open to making adjustments, it looks like, which is nice. So the game overall for me has a pretty bright future, it feels like. It's very fun. It definitely competes with Fortnite for me, and I think you would be remiss to not check it out. I have been seeing people who don't even watch My Hero Academia try it out and find the game really, really enjoyable. It's very worth your time. I recommend it. Give it a shot. Just stick with the season pass or don't do anything. You don't really need to spend money. Just find one of those free characters you really like. A lot of them feel similar enough, but they're all different enough. So I'm sure if you really wanted to play as Momo, you would probably like playing as somebody else, you know? It's just finding the character that will help you stick with that character until you unlock the new character you want to play as. You get a lot of the really strong ones for free. Deku is free from the get-go. You get Bakugo within maybe a few hours. You get Todoroki shortly after that. So as a whole, the game on the unlocks is pretty fine, pretty good. Definitely pick up the game and give it a shot. And that about wraps it up for My Hero Ultra Rumble. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and game on.